Good morning, everyone. Well, what a difficult week it's been, especially if you're the Queen. I must admit, sitting here, I can't help but feel really sorry for her as Harry and Meghan began to bear all the acrimony, the hurt, all the kind of bitterness that's going on. Don't misunderstand me, I'm not underestimating their strength of feeling, but you would think at the Queen's stage of life that this would be the last thing that she would need. And indeed, you'd probably feel that it was the last thing that she actually deserved. Imagine what it'd be like for one of your relatives to go on TV and then just troll out all the dirty washing, all the things that were wrong with you, all your shortcomings, all your faults. But then again, that was only one side of the story. It's very interesting that before Savannah was born, that we often talked about what colour she would be and how dark she would be. Racist? Well, that's another story, I suppose, for another time. But then that seems to be the culture that we live in today. It's all about me, whether it's a subject of dysfunctional families, or my right to choose, or sexuality. It's become all about my rights, my hurts, my feelings. And yet here we are in the season of Lent, which is meant to point us to the whole area of self-sacrifice. It's meant to point us to the whole area of thinking about others and putting others before ourselves. It's all about resisting the temptation to indulge ourselves. But I wonder if you're giving anything up for Lent or not, or do you just find it too difficult? Sometimes it's not until we try and give something up we realise just how selfish we are and how much we are at the centre of our own lives. Imagine for a moment Jesus appearing on TV and going through all of your wrongdoings before everybody. Imagine him talking about your every shortcoming, your every weakness, your every sin. Well, doesn't really bear thinking about, does it? Rather, what he actually decided to do was the opposite. Lent is a time where we acknowledge that Jesus resisted the temptation to think about himself, resisted the temptation to indulge himself and thought only about you and about me. It began in the wilderness and it finds its ultimate climax at the cross where Jesus sacrifices everything for us. I'm so glad Jesus didn't talk to Oprah about me. Maybe this Lent, is a time to reassess who's at the centre of our lives and think maybe more and concentrate more on our responsibilities rather than our rights. This week, Mark is going to be continuing our series in Jesus Humanity, and he's going to be talking about sorrow, something which affects all of us. I hope you'll join us at 10:30 as we live stream the service. Until then, have a good week and keep out the way of Oprah.